All right, let's talk about something really important. When you're going through a divorce, figuring out how to divide everything up can be, well, a huge challenge. And getting clarity on your finances isn't just a nice to have, it's a must. So today, we're going to look at how a certified divorce appraisal, specifically in Fuquay-Varina, can give you that exact clarity.
So, when a marriage ends, how do you fairly divide what's probably your biggest asset? It's the central question, isn't it? Your home isn't just four walls and a roof. For most of us, it's our most valuable financial asset. The big challenge is making sure that value gets split fairly.
And let's be honest, this whole process is a really challenging transition. It's not just the emotional side of things, right? It's about trying to untangle finances that have been woven together for years. That's where a clear-headed, objective approach becomes so important.
Yeah, there's just no getting around it. Divorce is one of the toughest things you can go through. The emotional side, the logistics, it's all just immense. But here's the thing. Having solid, dependable financial info can make a world of difference. It's like finding a stable piece of ground to stand on when everything else feels like it's shifting.
And that right there brings us to the real heart of the matter, the absolute need for clarity. I mean, when emotions are running high, it's so easy for a disagreement over what the house is worth to just blow up. That's why having a factual, totally impartial assessment from a neutral expert is just critical to keeping things fair.
So what exactly is a divorce appraisal? Well, it's a clear, unbiased valuation of your home's true market value. And listen, this is super important. It's not the same thing as those online estimators, or even what a real estate agent might tell you. A certified appraisal is an in-depth, legally defensible report. Its whole purpose is to make sure the division of assets is based on actual facts, not just guesswork.
And that's a big deal, because this report, it carries serious legal weight. It's not just some piece of paper for your own files. It's a professional document, built to meet really strict standards. And because of that, courts, lawyers, mediators, all across North Carolina, they recognize it as a reliable source of truth. That's absolutely essential when you're in any kind of legal process.
Okay, so who does this? You're going to be looking for a state-certified appraiser, and it's really, really important to find a local expert. You need someone who doesn't just know the Fuquay-Varina market inside and out, but also gets the sensitive nature of what you're going through.
So a really good appraiser, like the folks at Eagle Home Appraisal, they're going to prioritize a few key things. First up, accuracy. You need that number to be right. Second, discretion. This is your private business. Third, timeliness. You don't want this process dragging things out. And finally, and maybe most importantly, they have to stick to court-recognized standards. That's what makes the whole thing legally solid. I really like this quote because it gets to the heart of it, A great appraisal is about so much more than just a number on a page. It's about giving you the power to make decisions for your future that are informed, fair, and financially smart. It's about setting you up for what comes next.
So how does this all work in practice? What does the process actually look like? Let's break it down.
Basically, a quality appraisal comes down to three main steps. First, they do a really deep dive into the local market data. They're looking at everything. Then, they have to follow a strict code of professional ethics. That's what guarantees you're getting a completely unbiased number. And finally, you get a clear, detailed report that's totally ready for court if it needs to be.
And the end result of all this? By getting a clear, ethical appraisal, you get the financial certainty you really need to get through this. And that lets you do the most important thing, move forward with confidence.
So if you're in the Fuquay-Varina area and this is something you need, one local option is Eagle Home Appraisal. But really, no matter who you go with, the main thing is to find a certified local expert that you trust, someone who can give you professional and, just as importantly, compassionate guidance.
And really, that's the final question, isn't it? Getting a clear, objective valuation for your home, it's not just checking a box. It's about taking back a little bit of control. It's about laying a solid foundation for your next chapter. So the question is, are you ready to get that clarity and start moving forward?